place has changed a lot in the last 30 years since Eamon MacLeod made his series on the area. Yet, although it's no longer possible to view all 7 Liberties from Thomas Street, the area remains as culturally significant and diverse as it was back then.
I love this old spot in Dublin, where I can get a fine view of the Liberties. Not only can I see one Liberty, I can see 7 Liberties. The Liberty of St. John outside Newgate, where I'm standing. And further up the street, the Liberty of Thomas's Court in Dunor. And here in front of me, St. Audience, the Tailors' Hall, in the Lord Mayor's Liberty, and a piece of the Lord Mayor's wall. And behind that, the spire of Christ Church, who also had a Liberty. And across on the left, the green dome of the Four Courts. Francis Street. You know, it was outside the walls of old Dublin, and yet it's strange, it wasn't in the Liberty of St. John, it wasn't in the Liberty of Thomas's Court in Dunor, it wasn't in the Archbishop's Liberty, nor it wasn't in the Dean's Liberty. But the bulk of it belonged to a man by the name of Ralph Porter, and he was the man responsible for the Franciscan foundation that gives its name to the street. The Ivy is worth a visit any day of the week. The stone heads represents the nations we trade with. You can come down yourself and pick out what head that is. I see an Indian up there. We must have bought buffaloes off the Indians. And of course there's another one around the corner here who has a very jokative type of a wink. He must have done a queer deal with us. The old Thibault, sure, it was more than a picture house. It was a university where we learned all about the Blue Nile and the White Nile and Stanley and Livingston and things that we never learned in the schoolroom. That's where we used to queue there, up along the laneway there, and the usher with his belt off, beating us back, and we all clutching our fourpence and our orange.